Greeting, Astro fans. This is Pat Cosgrove for Cosgrove's Cosmos. Recently, I had a strange noise coming from my ASI2600MM-Pro camera. The fan was really loud, and when I touched it, I could feel the vibration coming from the camera. I said, this can't be good. So join me as I jump into the wonderful world of cooling fans for the 2600 camera series. Let's get started. I recently did a project where I put together a new platform to replace the AP130 platform that I've been using for several years. This one replaced the main scope with a larger AP155, and to build a new platform, I of course used the components from the old platform. After I completed this project, the first clear night came along and I decided to start setting it up. And as I was working with it, I noticed that the camera seemed much louder than normal. I went over to investigate and I put my hand on the camera and I could actually feel vibrations coming off of it. I didn't know what changed, but I knew I had a problem. In 7 years of doing astrophotography, I've never run into a problem with a cooling fan on a camera. So this is something I knew very little about, and if I had my way, I'd still be ignorant about it to this day. As I shut down for the night, I figured the next day I would take apart the camera and see what was going on. I thought maybe over the winter, maybe some insects had gotten into it, some spiders, maybe something was blocking it. The next day I pulled the camera stack off of the telescope, put it on the bench, and began to investigate.
Okay, I've removed the camera stack from the telescope, and I have it on the workbench. And I'm going to be removing the top cover by taking out the screws here, and the outer screws here and here. This will let me lift the top plate off and we can look at the fan. Okay, I've removed the screws. Now I can just lift this top plate off and I'll just open it up over here. Here's the fan. And you can see the problem. I'm missing one whole fan blade. I threw the fan blade, don't know where that went. So all I have to do to remove this is pull that plug right from the motherboard there, and I can take this out.
So now I was going to have to replace the fan. And how was I going to do that? Would I ship the camera back to ZWO and have them fix it? Well, that was going to take months, and I certainly didn't want to do that. It seemed to me like the simplest thing to do is just look at the specs on the fan that was in the camera, go to an electronics house, and order a replacement fan. These have to be fairly small, standardized fans, and I figured, what's it going to cost me, $8 to find a replacement? So that's the path I decided to go down. Pulling the make and model from the fan, I jumped on Amazon at first just to see if I could find a replacement, and I did. It was from a vendor in China. They were going to charge me $26, and it was going to take about 3 weeks to be shipped from China. I really didn't like the idea of the camera being out of action for that long, so I figured there must be some place in the US that had one that would work. So I started searching. I looked at all the electronic parts vendors. Either they didn't have them, or you had to buy them in quantities that were much larger than I wanted to order them, or they were being shipped from China too, and they were going to take 3 weeks. So there was no real advantage of going that way. I did a little bit more searching, and I found a vendor on eBay that had it for a little bit lower cost. And again, it was 3 weeks, but I figured I have to get something going. So I ordered 2 of those and prepared to be patient for it to show up. In the meantime, I decided to see if I could find an alternative part that would work. After doing more searching, I did find some fans that seemed like they ought to be compatible. They were the 50 by 50 by 10 millimeter form factor. They had the right specs compared to the other one. The airflow was a little bit less, but they also had a reputation for being very quiet and having less vibration. And I could get them in 3 days. So I ordered a couple of these and decided to try them out.
So here's the fan. You can see it's a Sunon, and the model numbers are right there. And I have orders placed to get an original part that ZWO uses, the same exact fan. You can see how this is mounted on the side. There's some washers, there's a rubber isolation ring, and more washers. So I'm going to have to take this off in the same sequence to replace it. Here's the replacement fan. And I'm going to have to put it in with the same orientation in the same way. But one thing I'm going to have to deal with is that this is a 3-wire setup. With this 3-wire setup, it has a control wire in there that we don't use. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut off the wires from this guy, preserve this plug, then wire it into the right ones from here. Now we have the new fan. I've separated the wire bundle. So I have 3 strands. The black and the red have been stripped. The white I'm going to cap with tape. And then the plug from the old fan has also been removed. And I've got the wire lead stripped. And I'm going to try to use these wire clamps to temporarily put them in place, since I'm not sure this is going to be the final fan. If I was going to do this for the final fan, I'd probably solder and shrink wrap all of this, but I'm not sure yet, so we're going to hold off on that. Okay, the fan is now mounted. I have my kludgy little wire clamps, which are kind of bulky, and I'm not sure how they're going to fit in the body, but we'll give that a try and see if it doesn't work out. Like I said, my final installation, if I need to splice wires, it'll be done with soldering and some shrink wrap. I've now tested this arrangement, and it looks like it's working out pretty good. I was able to bring the camera down to temperature. It's very quiet, no vibration. These big clunky temporary connectors can now come off, and I'm going to solder them in and put some shrink wrap around the joints. Got the wires soldered now, and I've got some shrink tubing on there, which I'm about to hit with a heater, and we'll see if we can't get this sealed up nicely. We're all set to put this back on the camera, and we're going to leave this configuration here until I get some other fans in. This fan is very quiet, has very low vibration, but it also only has about 2/3 of the airflow of the original. So I'm going to try this for a while. We're still in cold temperatures. It should be able to handle things well. But I have a feeling that I'm going to need the full airflow of the original when we get into the warmer summer months. So this is kind of a stopgap, I think.
While working on these 2 alternative fans and experimenting with those, I decided to share this fan problem that I ran into on social media. So I made a few posts, and I got a lot of interesting posts back of people really trying to be helpful. As I began to read them, my first conclusion was, I am an idiot. Because there are some things I never thought to do that probably should have been the first things I thought to do. Someone asked me if I had bothered to contact ZWO USA because maybe they just had a fan part they could ship me. I thought, that's a pretty good idea. I wish I thought of that. I wish I did that. But no, I didn't do that. I'm an idiot. Another person shared with me 2 links, one from Agena Astro and one from High Point Scientific, where they have replacement fans for much less money in stock they could have shipped right out. I wish I thought of that too. Gee, think about all the toys that I buy from these guys, and I didn't think to go to an Astro Parts vendor to look for an Astro part. Yeah, that was another big miss on my part. The one caveat on this particular one is they offer no specs on the fan. I don't know what make it is. I don't know what model it is. I don't know what its throughput is. But it's sold as a replacement part, so it must meet the specs from ZWO's perspective. I even got a response back from Dylan O'Donnell, who had a unique way of suggesting I fix the problem. If the problem was because it threw a blade, why not just tear off a blade in the opposing side and reestablish balance? Well, it wasn't that simple because it wasn't a symmetric fan design, but I did like the way he was thinking outside the box. At any rate, it had a lot of great suggestions, and I was also pointed to an amazing thread on Cloudy Nights, which had a long discussion about vibration concerns, replacement fans, isolation mountings, which was a really great resource to read through. So having been rescued from my idiocy, I now know more about fans and fan sourcing than I ever did before. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this video, but on my website, I have a main post on this particular topic, and I tried to summarize the learnings from the Cloudy Night discussion, and I created a list of alternative fan vendors or fan parts that you could use if you run into this situation. So go ahead and take a look there. Got this package from China, which should have my replacement fans for the ASI2600 camera. These should be factory spec replacements. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I've got 2 fans. They look like exactly what I had before, and it's got the right plug on it. So these will be very interesting to try out and see if I reduce my vibration and still get the cooling that I need to get. So now I have a brand new stock replacement fan mounted in the camera, and I'm waiting for the first clear night where I can do more testing with it. I now know more about astrofans than I ever thought I needed to, and I guess I'm well prepared for the next camera that has an issue. And again, my thanks to all those on social media that replied to my original post and rescued me from my idiocy. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and always, I appreciate your questions and comments. Please consider giving the video a like, following me, and ringing the bell. For Cosgrove's Cosmos, this is Pat Cosgrove signing off and wishing you clear skies and excellent seeing.